So GitHub, and go for some source code. I have some sample projects. This is the one, Hello World Java. This project in Maven you have here. So we can use this one. Also, 4 things we need to set it up. Remember that. Integration means here Maven, feedback email, and scheduling I want on based on my will or whatever it is. So go for Jenkins, create a new item job. This is the compile job. Freestyle, always go for this freestyle till you learn, and then okay. And here you find lots of fields actually. So don't worry about that too much right now. Slowly you'll get to do that. So here git repository. This repository, the one which I'm using, is a public one. So if it is a private one, you have to feed the credentials also, and remaining things also. You just ignore it for time being. That is done. After that, what you need to do. So after that, downside, here you have to decide how frequently you want the build to happen. So frequently means periodically, let's say per minute or daily, hourly or something like that. Now, how do you decide this hourly? How to write a note? Click on this question mark, and you have a nice tutorial which will tell you what need to be feed. This is the cron pattern, and some hard coding pattern is also there. So that way you can learn hourly. Now build environment, if you want to do this, it's all are self-explanatory. Build steps is the most important one, that is the action which will happen. So here we have a lots of builder, so you can run shell scripting also, you can run Gradle also, you can run Maven also, Windows also. If some of the functionality which is not there, you can install the plugin, you get more features actually. So here Maven, and what is the goal for Maven? Compile. That's all. And then post build action, what you want. So you want to send out an email. For that, here email notifications, DevOps to Rajesh Kumar.xyz, and done. And few extra stuff and save. This is how you set up the job. So now I will try to build this job. Left side build now is there, and first job I'm building. Now this job, if you see, is got failed. Now why is got failed? So click on it and click on the console output. Console output, you will have all the build failure. So first let me check the code has come or not. So workspace here, and see this is the code which has come from the GitHub. Okay, so now first I want to check that whether the why this failure is happening. So console output, and here I see checkout clone has happened, but there's a failure. And if I read it little deep, I'll find out that is so read this, and here this sending an email also, you see here there's a failure. Okay, and during the build also there's a failure. So why this failure? Look at this ambient compile, you remember that, all of you? Ambient compile, ambient test, ambient package, all of you. Hello?
That's Maven build process related, right?
Yeah. So Maven is not installed in the this server. Maven is not installed. That's the problem. you have to install Maven using this command, or I'll teach you different way to installation using Jenkins. Go to the Jenkins, go to the manage Jenkins, go to the global tool configurations. And here you have lots of tools you can configure. One of which I want Maven. Add Maven. Name of the Maven, let's say Maven latest. And then you want to install automatically, or you want to feed the path. I want to install automatically. This is the version of Maven, and save it. So in a Jenkins admin page, this is admin one. You configure the one Maven, so you have to go to the job, configure again, and inform the build steps here. You want to use that Maven, and save it, and build. Now build number 2, which is in progress. Console output. Now it's in progress. Build is successful, but sending an email is failed here. Why? Because see, build is successful. So can you check the build code and all? So go to the workspace and target directory you see here, and here you have it. But I see the sending email is failed. Why this is failed? So let's check it out. Sending an email failed because the SMTP host could not work. Localhost 25 and all that. So where to set up SMTP services? So for that, go to the dashboard, manage Jenkins, this one, configure system. And here you will find the SMTP, 2 SMTP plugin installed by default, I know that. So you have to have 2 locations where you can set up SMTP. So slowly scrolling down, there's so many options, don't get scared. Not everything is important. Depends on. So this is the one SMTP server option. This is the different plugin. I want the mailer plugin. So somewhere downside, this is the one. And here it's not set. Okay. So because of that, it was not able to send an email for that. So if you set SMTP server and all, you'll be able to send that email as well. So this is the way I copy the jobs, created a jobs, and get going. Any questions so far?
So Rajesh, this takes care of like the continuous build in the time frame that we in the interval that we gave. What happens like if there is lot of branching happening on the code, like release windows and all of that? How are the builds
Branching,
taken care of?
branching, you can specify any branch here. Here by default it was Maven, a master, okay, main branch. But let's say if you say no, I want to build a different branch, you can do this here. You can add a more branches also to build that. So here,
Okay.
branches to build.
Okay. So like if multiple people are working on the same repository, I know like we go to like the branches. That's what you just explained. Like how are those changes incorporated in what we just did here? Like for example.
So what happens? I set the trigger daily. Sorry, hourly. So that means every hour Jenkins will pull that code, okay, at a set time, and it will build it and provide the feedback to you. You can make it lesser also, every on commit also, on push also. So this you can define. So see here I set it up. Here poll SCM, that means you can poll SCM at certain interval using this. SCM is get, and then if new code found, automatically it will build. You can do through the push activities also, and here it is. And you can other jobs also can trigger this one. So many options are there. You can create, you can trigger using a remote script also. So this can be done. So right now hourly automatically will happen. Let's say per minute you want. So star, 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 star. This is wrong practice by the way. So this will be per minute. Here you see that they say, hey, it's a per minute. So save it. Now this build automatically will run every minute. Make sense?
Yes, Rajesh. So in here, is there a place where we can see the log? Like, you are showing that it's whether the build has run or failed. But is there any snapshot view where we can see like, okay, when did the failures occur, and to get a log kind of spreadsheet or a spreadsheet
Huh.
view?
Logs you can see in the build number only. Console output is a log only. So here we
Okay.
call it console output. It's log only. Every lines you can find it here.
Okay. So what I was trying to understand is like, okay, let's say if two developers are working on the same code at the same time, and the builds are happening like every, hour or minute, depending on
So
the
create a
criteria.
new. So you, in that case, there's a two option. If they are working the same code, okay, and so see that it's a very simple flow. You have to take up a call on this. So this is a one developer. This is another developer. They modify the same repository. So here this repository is going to the Jenkins and building is happening. So this way it's been taken care. Now whether it's pass or fail, you will get the output here. So what exactly the question was?
So, like for example, out of these two developers who are continuously making changes, um, how can we find like like if, for example, if they're both working on the same code, how do we
Hmm.
figure out like whose code worked first? Is it from the output logs again, based on the builds?
So in that case, if you want to know that, so depends on that what trigger you set it up. That is. So let's say, see here, put it in this way. Developer one committed R, and let's say if you set up a trigger for Jenkins job based on the push, so it will be pushed here, and this code will be built. And then now after the second one, this guy after few seconds he has pulled. So here again one more job will be created, one build will be created, and he will have output. So build number one, and this will become a two, and here you'll have output. So same thing here. So how do you know that code changes happen or not? So see now it's running every 1 minute. So here if you see uh, no changes because I did not modify the code. So when you modify the code, let me do that some modification. So there's one file readme.txt. So just I modify the code and commit it. Now automatically because every minute I'm building, you can do based on the push also. So six the job, which is I'm waiting for it. See, and now see it has changes, and these changes you can check it out here. Look at this. This is the change I made it. Click on it, and you will have that changes. Revision I did this one. Getting your points. Getting my points, all of you.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Rajesh.
So this is the file I modified. So that way you can check it out. Okay, so this is the job I created for compile. Now let me create further test and package also. So how do I do that? So let's say this job is all things done. Create a new item. Now test. Instead of creating again from scratch, I'll do copy from. And the last job, I'll create a template and everything I'll let it be same except the goal I'll change it. And here from compile to test. Save it and build. So my test job is also ready. Now one more job I'll create package. So here package and then copy from compile and save it and build. So now I package also. So all these three job I created. So just like that, you will create set up all the jobs. which will help you to analyze the code.
Thanks for watching. Want to study further? Join our training programs today.